Hey guys, what's happening? This is Divyansh and a very warm welcome to all of you to the United Talk. Manchester United is in the semi-final of the Europa League. We were in the semi-final of the FA Cup and the League Cup where we got knocked out by Chelsea and City respectively. And we are also in the semi-final of the Europa League playing against Sevilla. But I'm not going to talk tactics on this video. Why? Because we know the first 11 that United should be playing in that game. We know that anyone else apart from that first 11 is just not good enough. We know the tactics that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be using in that match, because we should not be defensive. We should not play a back five, because that's where we don't play well. We don't play well when we play a back five. There's not enough width on the pitch. There's not. I mean, it just doesn't work. It only works against teams like City, and even that has been found out now, because we tried to do that against Chelsea and we lost 3-1 and we played really bad. So we know what Solskjaer should do. We know what the players should be on the pitch. So we're not going to talk about tactics. What we are going to do is talk about the title of this video, which is "Fans are frustrated with Woodward." And I'm saying Woodward, but I actually mean the entire Manchester United board, who's the transfer group that does the transfers for Manchester United. Because let's talk about the Jadon Sancho deal. Now we all know United are interested in him. They're talking to Borussia Dortmund. The personal terms between Jadon Sancho and United have been agreed a long time ago, or fairly long time ago, but this deal hasn't happened yet. And then Michael Zorc, the Dortmund director, comes out and says that Dortmund are actually planning for Sancho to be with them next season as well. The players of Borussia Dortmund have come out and said the same thing. I mean, they are happy that Sancho is staying XYZ. But the thing is, Sancho himself has not come out and said that he's going to be staying at Dortmund next season, and that's the big thing for me. And there are news that Borussia Dortmund is actually forcing or putting pressure on Jadon Sancho to actually come out and say that he's going to be playing with Dortmund next season. But he's not done that till now. Fabrizio Romano, the respected journalist who's involved in this deal, who knows people who are involved in this deal, sorry, he's come out and said that the talks still continue between United and Dortmund. And look, that's where the frustration comes in. The fact that Sancho has 3 years remaining on his contract, not 2, is news for all the fans. It's not and cannot be the news for United, because think about it. If United have already agreed personal terms for Jadon Sancho, do you think Sancho's agent won't tell United that, oh, by the way, you should know that there's 3 years remaining on his contract and not 2? Of course United know about this 3-year thing. It's news to the fans, but not to the club. United do know since the beginning that Borussia Dortmund want 120 million euros for Jadon Sancho. Is it fair to ask for that huge amount of money during these COVID times? No. But football is not about ethics. No business is about ethics. I mean, yes, you should do business ethically, that's fair. But when Borussia Dortmund come out and say that, look, he has 3 years remaining on his contract, we don't need to sell him this season, and we don't want to sell him this season. We will only sell him if he wants to go, and if we get 120 million for him. And they're not wrong when they say that. So United do know the demands of Borussia Dortmund. United know about every single detail of this deal, and yet it takes them so much time to do this deal. And again, Fabrizio Romano comes out and says that it's okay for United to take so much time, because it's the biggest deal of the summer. It's the biggest deal in United's history, because the amount of money that they'll be paying for Sancho will be the highest that they've paid before. I think the last highest was Paul Pogba. So yes, it's going to take time. It doesn't happen overnight, and I do agree with that. I agree that it's going to take time. But look at Chelsea. They signed Pulisic in a flash. They signed Werner in a flash. By a flash, I mean within 2.5 weeks. And there are a lot of clubs I can talk about. There are a lot of clubs who do deals like that, quick deals. But United, look at the history. Bruno Fernandes is the biggest example. We were talking and thinking about Bruno Fernandes last summer, and then it didn't happen, and then it ended up happening in January, and even in January it didn't happen in the first 2 weeks. It dragged on to the last week of January. Look at Harry Maguire deal. It took 2 months for United to actually do a deal with Harry Maguire and Leicester. Same with Van Bissaka. So United do take a lot of time with these deals, especially the bigger deals. Some time is required, because it's not a joke. There's so much money involved, so many things involved. And I said that in my previous video as well. It's going to take time. But it's frustrating when there's no headway in the deal, because you keep hearing the same things over and over again. And if you're going to use the entire transfer window to do one deal, then that's just not good enough. Because United, while we know that they cannot finish second next season because the gap between United and City and United and Liverpool is just too big to cover in one season. The problem is you need to take that next step. The next step would be to not fight for third or fourth place next season, to be strongly there in the top 4 places. That's the next step for United, to not finish on 66 points, to actually finish in the league on 76 points, to try and reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's should be the goal for next season, because that's a realistic goal. Maybe try and win a trophy as well, whether it's an FA Cup, League Cup, anything, whatever it is, because United can't win the league next season, United can't win the Champions League next season, so there are 2 cups remaining. That is the realistic goal. That's how you progress, right? You can't just, because you're not playing FIFA, this is real life, so it does take time. But the thing is, United, in order to challenge for the title, still need 4 or 5 players. You need a striker, you need a right winger, you need an attacking midfielder, you need a defensive midfielder, you need a centre back. Minimum 5 players for me United do need. And if you get Sancho, you still need a backup for Bruno and a backup for Matic, and someone to replace Maguire or Lindelof, because they're not just fast enough and strong enough. So sometimes, so you're not going to challenge for title next season, but I was hoping United do get 2 deals done this summer. Whether it's Sancho and Grealish, Sancho and Van de Beek, or Sancho and someone else, I don't care. But you address 2 problems this summer. Next summer you address 2 more problems, and then in the next season you maybe challenge for something. You are in a position to challenge for the title. That's the growth. You don't see that happening with United, do you? That is frustrating. So I think patience is what we need. That's the update on Jadon Sancho. I think the deal is agreed between the player and the club. Personal terms is what I meant. I think the deal between clubs, United and Borussia Dortmund, is yet to be agreed in terms of what is the amount of money that United are going to pay upfront to Borussia Dortmund, because I think Dortmund are actually okay with United paying the money in installments over the next 3 years, but they want all the money. So things are still to be decided. We are still in the semi-final of the Europa League. Hopefully we go and win that, because then you convince the likes of Paul Pogba to stay, and Paul Pogba might end up staying actually. There's some positive news around Paul Pogba, so you could expect a good announcement in the next 2 weeks or so. But you attract good players as well, and if you don't get Grealish because of his asking price by Aston Villa, you go and get a Van de Beek, and if you're not in for Van de Beek, you realize that you need a replacement for Bruno, and you get someone of that quality, a little bit less that quality, but someone who's better than, because I can't see Andres Pereira, Jesse Lingard and Juan Mata play in that position again. I just cannot, because they've been given enough chances by United. And look, I've said this before, I'm going to say this again. I have nothing against these players. They might be the best people in the world, the best person in the world, but the reality is, you got to be practical, man. And look, what matters for United fans is the performances on the pitch. You're getting paid a lot of money. Wow, that thunderstorms are. You're getting paid a lot of money, and if you don't put that performances in on the pitch, which you should do because you're playing for such a big club in the world, then you need to be moved on. And United don't seem to be planning to move on with Jesse Lingard and with Andres Pereira and with Juan Mata and with Phil Jones and with Marcos Rojo. I've named 5 players right there. We did sell Alexis Sanchez, which was a good deal, but we also, we might just end up selling Chris Smalling as well. But there's still 5-6 players left. Diego Dallo. What is wrong with Diego Dallo? He never seems to be fit. He never seems to be in the plans of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that's the case. Just sell him. You can get 20 million for Diego Dallo. I don't understand what's the point of keeping him at the club if he's always injured, number one, and number two, if the manager doesn't rate him, the manager doesn't play him, sell him. Why are you keeping him at the club? Just sell him. For me, I just don't understand why. Because you sell Phil Jones. Look, Dejan Lovren. Liverpool sold Dejan Lovren for 10.9 million. 10.9 million for Dejan Lovren. I was surprised because Dejan Lovren is second choice, not even second choice for Liverpool. Behind Joe Gomez and Van Dijk, then there's Joel Matip there. And then after that you talk about Dejan Lovren. And they still ended up selling him for 10.9 million. So why can't we sell Phil Jones for 7 million? Why can't we sell Jesse Lingard for 15, 20 million? Why can't we sell Andres Pereira for 15 million? We can, of course we can. It's just that we need to do it. We need to move these players on. and there's not enough noise around these players to suggest that they're going to be moving on from this club, and that's also frustrating. That's one part of getting the players in. There's another part of moving the deadwood on, because you move these players on and the money I talked about, you get 30-35 million for these players. You get that money and you use that money to invest in other players. But United don't seem to think like that. I think it's just the fans. Look, the fans can talk whatever they want to talk. They can say whatever they want to say. They can want whatever they want. It's fine. It's the board who needs to go and do it. And I'm not saying they're not supporting Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because yes, we are moving in the right direction, and by no means this is a rant against the club. This is just frustration, because for once I thought the Jadon Sancho deal will be quicker than the other deals that we've seen in the past, but it's not. It's not. It's just that we take the entire transfer window to deal for one player. How much time are you going to take? By the time we get to that position where we can challenge for titles, Paul Pogba will be 30 years old. It's just ridiculous. For me, United need to be a little bit faster in the things that they do in the transfer market. But I can say whatever I want. I can have any opinion I want, and it's not going to change anything at United. Look, end of the day, it's the performances on the pitch that matter. If United keep playing well, if they don't need a backup for Bruno, if Bruno hopefully stays fit throughout the season and plays well throughout the season next season, then yes, we might not miss having a backup for him, but the reality is we do need a backup for him. We do need a centre back as well. So let's see what happens. Sevilla next in the semi-final. Let's hope we can go and win that game, and we can set up a final with Inter Milan. Yet to play a semi-final, by the way, but I feel they're going to be playing in the final. So it's going to be an interesting match, because you're going to be playing against the likes of Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez, and Ashley Young in that match. So it's going to be interesting to see. I just do hope that if we play them in the final, that we can go and win the trophy, because that's going to be rubbing in their nose as well. But yes, that's what is planned for the near future. So I will talk to you guys soon. Let's see if there's an update on any other player. Till that time, take care.